Hey everybody, I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks. And today we're going to talk about the Gen X immune system. I believe we have the best immune systems of any generation out there. And speaking for myself, part of the reason for this episode is to find out if my suspicions are true, because I can only speak for myself and, my immediate surroundings, the people in my immediate family and stuff. But I have always had what I tell my wife is a cast iron immune system. And during the whole pandemic thing, she was worried about it, and I told her that if that virus got inside me, my immune system would have it down in the basement, waterboarding it, waterboarding the virus, getting information out of it and stuff. That virus wasn't going to do anything to me with my immune system. My immune system was like special forces information gathering specialists. I've been in situations where other people around me have been sick, really sick, or had infections, that MRSA stuff going around, and everybody around me have the stuff, and whether it's a virus or a sickness or whatever, and I just not get it, either not even come down with it, or if I did, the symptoms would be very, very minimal. I would just barely get a little, like I've had people get the stomach flu around me and everybody around me being thrown up, and me, I might feel a little queasy or something, or maybe, and everybody else drastically, seriously sick for days around me, and I'm just so. But I don't know if that applies to all of Gen Xers. Now it does. My wife is, I don't know my wife is more afraid of that kind of stuff than I am. I've got more of a whatever attitude, and whatever. It's even the pandemic, when all that scare stuff was going on with the masks and everything, I was just like, whatever, even if I get it, my immune system will take care of it. I just wasn't afraid. Maybe I should have been. I'm not saying I was correct, but that's just the way I felt at the time. But the media and everything scared her, my wife scared. But my point in saying this is that she has a really good immune system. She hardly ever gets sick. I mean, she has been sick once or twice, pretty good, but not often. I mean, she goes several years without even getting sick at all. I mean, it's not like we would come down with a cold every year or whatever. Hardly ever. I can't even count how many years ago the last time we had something. I can't even remember. So she's got a really good immune system too, though she doesn't acknowledge it like I do. I tease her about my immune system. I call it cast iron immune system and stuff. So, but the reason I think I have that immune system that I have is that I grew up without antibacterial soap and all that. I was just exposed to a lot of stuff growing up. And, me and my brother would literally be out there catching scorpions and snakes and all this stuff. And then we'd come back to the house for a bologna sandwich or whatever. And if my mom told us to wash our hands, we just ran them under the hose and then wiped them off on our shirt and then ate our sandwich. But the entire time coming back, we were probably scratching our eyes and rubbing our noses. And so we have been exposed to so much stuff just playing outside and doing that kind of stuff. Growing up like that, I retained that kind of indifferent attitude toward viruses and bacteria and stuff like that. I just don't worry about that stuff like a lot of people do. Like my wife especially. She can't believe some of the stuff I do. Like we have a fig tree out back, and I love ripe fruit right off the tree. There's nothing like it. If you can pick it early and let it sit and ripen, or if you leave it out there, though, bugs will get on it. It's a trade-off. You either let it sit out there and ripen on the tree and be really delicious, but maybe a bug might eat a little bit of it, you know what I mean? A bug might take a bite or two, or you pick it early and let it ripen inside, but it's not as good. But I can't, I'll eat them off the tree. I'll just, blow the bugs off of them and make sure and then eat it. The bugs don't bother me. If I see, visual evidence of bugs having already been there consuming the thing, I won't eat that one. But just bugs walking around on it doesn't bother me. I'll eat it and stuff like that. Even at work, the kind of work I do, sometimes I'll be doing demolition in an old house and no electricity, no water. A lot of times I'll be using tools where it's not safe or not convenient to wear gloves. So I won't wear gloves. But when it's time to eat, if I get hungry or whatever, like I did when I was a kid, maybe I'll rinse my hands off and dry them off or whatever, but I'm going to eat. If I'm hungry, I try to be clean, but I'm going to eat some of that stuff, whatever wood shavings or whatever is got on my hand, pitch from the pine, or maybe a little mildew or something from the wood. No telling what was on there, but it's never bothered me before. And honestly, I think I'm stronger for doing it that way. I think my immune system, my defenses are stronger because I throw crazy stuff at it all the time, There's no telling what my immune system's going to have to deal with. So it drives my wife crazy, but it's the way I am. And I'm assuming that very few of you live a life comparable to mine, and not many of you probably believe what I believe and behave the way I behave with, I'm a pretty clean guy. I shower clean, but if I'm in the middle of something and I want to eat, I'm going to eat. But just take that lackadaisical attitude toward viruses and germs and stuff. I don't know how many of you out there do that the way I do. I'd like to know how do you view your immune system? And the people around you? Do you think that you have a stronger immune system than the people around you, or is it about the same? How do you rank your immune system versus everyone else's? Because mine is markedly stronger. I can just tell this. Other people know this about me. I have a cast iron immune system. It's not just me trying to brag or something. This is just a fact about me. I don't get sick, and if I do, I hardly show any symptoms. But that might be genetic. Maybe my grandpa was that way. I don't know. That's why I'm asking, is this a Gen X trait? Because that's what I tend to believe is just the way we grew up, playing outside in the dirt and with sticks and bugs and, whatever. I think that's where we started to develop this immune system that we have. And I believe it's, if not completely Gen X wide, maybe not every single one of us, but I think a majority of us. But I could be wrong. That's my question. How do you feel about your immune system? Is your immune system stronger than average, would you say? Or is it weaker? And if it is stronger or weaker, why do you say that? Do you think the way I do that it's because of the way we grew up, just spending, hours outside every day and playing and digging and whatever? And please, if you would, please leave a comment and let me know how you view your immune system and what you think of it, why you think you have the immune system you have. Because especially today in the era of these pandemics and stuff, I guess that could play an important part in our future, our immune system and how we deal with new viruses or whatever, it could play a part in our future. I'm not saying it will, just saying it could. But I'll leave you there. If you'd like to support the channel by buying me a cup of coffee, I'll leave that link down in the description. If you do, thanks in advance. I appreciate it. If you'd like Gen X gear or merch or swag, we've got some cool stuff there, and I'll leave that link down in the description as well. If you can't or don't want to support the channel in either one of those ways, you can by sharing these videos on your social media. Thank you for that too. I appreciate it. And if you have any ideas that you'd like to see brought to life on a future episode of Gen X Thinks, leave those in the comments. I appreciate that. Those are some of my favorite editions. I like doing those. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I will see you on the next one.